Is this Harry snubbing the family? Are they avoiding him? What's going on?
I think it's pretty much neither party wants to be seen to be the one capitulating. And so everyone's kind of holding the position that they have other affairs to get to. But I definitely do feel that on the side of the royal family, with the firm in operation mode, it's keep as far away from this because you don't want to be seen to be in any more contention with Camp Harry or any more conflict. There are other things to focus on. And as far as Harry is concerned, he's got the Invictus Games to focus on. It's possibly the most pure and untainted entity from the Harry and Meghan camp. Yeah. And he wants to dilute the impression of that. We know he's got the Netflix documentary, The Heart of Invictus, coming out. Everyone wants to kind of keep the peace to preserve their brands. But underneath it all, there will also be the awareness that in utopia, this would be an ideal time to come to the table and just talk as family and say, a year after the glue that held us together is gone, can we find healing? But just there's too much raw feeling and too much unresolved hurt for that to happen now. Yeah, and probably quite a lot of regret on all sides, I would imagine. I think possibly, if he's capable of it, then Harry more so, given that we've had a lot of different outpourings and a lot of mudslinging. And I think possibly the bit for William that I think is deeply unforgivable, apart from him, Harry, going after his wife a bit, is that he knows that William can't react. And so he's trapped his brother, hasn't he, there? Yeah, that is probably the hardest thing because elementally, when just understanding the way men operate, when you attack my integrity as a man, either you fight physically or you have to go for a head-to-head. Yeah. He has no avenue to do that. So you've kind of pigeonholed him where you're fighting someone who cannot fight back. So there's a lot of anger there. But I think it's a question of, now that you've had a chance, Harry has had a chance to vent, there's nothing left in the tank. And even on the American side, when I speak to colleagues, when I'm out there working, even the Americans who are pro-Harry and Meghan say, I just want him to stop talking, please stop talking. When the tide turns in America, it's very dicey because you're in entertainment. And if you lose them, it gets negative very quickly. On the American side of things, now Meghan Markle, pictured, it would seem, without an engagement ring, read into that what you will, wasn't really necessarily there for him when the chips were down, you know, wasn't there when the court case was taking place, was very quiet after the book and the backlash of the book. I believe that she might now be going to the Invictus Games. Yes, she's going straight from California to the Invictus Games, What do you make of what's going on there? Do you think there's trouble in paradise? I don't think there's any trouble in paradise, but I think there's an understanding that with their advice coming from WMEU, that's the agency, they're telling them that they probably would have told them, Meghan, you haven't got a hope in hell right now in the UK. Stay away from it because anything that comes out of there is negative. For you to have a chance to build a brand that you sustain on your own, you've got to build it in America. Harry does have a window of opportunity to heal because this is home. And as angry as the people of Britain are with him, there is a window that should he make the right steps, he can change it. That because, and this is quite a bleak thing to say, but is that window of opportunity divorce and apology? I don't think it's divorce. What I think it is, like we've discussed before, the Camilla formula. That's what I call it. With Camilla at a point in time was the most hated woman, arguably, in the world. But all it was, stay the course, be true. And now people, when they talk about her, they kind of understand it that you've been really solid for Charles. You've been there. You've been consistent. We kind of understand why he chose you. You're the one for him. And there's a respect that comes with that. She doesn't talk too much. She doesn't engage too much. She stays in the background. So it seems like she knows her place. Meghan has to kind of take herself down a notch and play the role of being in the background. And in time, people might come to tolerate or accept her. Well, we've not got too long left, but I think one of the keys in this could actually be if, and I don't think it's going to happen, by the way, but if Kate and Meghan started getting on. Yeah. I think that's the key because, like I've said before, there is a way you can communicate with men from a female perspective that brings a sensitivity they don't have organically. If they can heal the rift, I believe Harry and William can come to the table and find healing. But the truth is, it'll never be the same relationship again.